The University of South Alabama Fisheries Facility on Dauphin Island conducts dozens of ongoing projects at once in many different areas. For example, oysters constitute a significant industry in this part of the Gulf of Mexico. Environmental impact studies help predict boom and bust situations, and many other fish, both popular and forage species, also demand ongoing research.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Dean.
I'm Dean Travis Clark.
Dr. Sean Powers.
How do you do?
After our tour of the very cool aquarium, also run by the university and open to the public, we entered the Sanctum Sanctorum, the research labs themselves.
This right here is an acoustic tag, so it emits a unique sound that can only be heard by these hydrophones. We put the hydrophones out on the reefs or anywhere we want to see their movement, and then we surgically insert this into the fish's belly. Doesn't affect it at all. It's going to send that sound pulse to those receivers, and then it's going to give us temperature, depth data, and from that we learn where the snappers move, how much they move, and something about how they spend their day. This is a side scan unit. We tow this behind the boat, and it actually takes an acoustic image of the bottom so we can see the bottom through sound, so we can identify reef habitat, we can see natural structures, we can find submerged wrecks. All of the areas that fishermen like to fish on, we can map, and then we can use those maps to go back and quantify the fish population.
Oh, what's this?
That's a fish otolith. That's the inner ear bone of a fish, and it's a hardened bone-like structure. You can see, if we count the rings just like a tree, we can see periods of fast growth and slow growth. The slow growth represents the winter growth, and we can age that this fish lived through at least 27 winters, so it's at least 27 years old. We go through here with a laser and burn a transect through the otolith and analyze the chemistry, and we can tell you where this fish was from because the chemistry in the water affects the chemistry of the bone, and then where it moved.
What's the largest or the oldest snapper that you have had here in your lab?
We've aged one at 52 years old, which is the oldest record snapper.
Amazing.
The University of South Alabama also conducts field trips and classes for visiting younger students. Hopefully it can act as a recruiting tool when students discover how truly cool science can be.
What did you do today when you went out?
We caught some fish and identified them, and she talked a lot about them.
How did you catch them? Did you use a rod and reel or something else?
We used an auto trawl net.
Auto trawl, what's that mean?
We pull the net behind the boat. It opens up with the wood planks and the current of the water.
When you opened the net on board, what kind of fish did you find?
Drumfish and squid, butterfish, and shrimp, catfish, stingray. Oh yeah, a butterfly, stingray, and the cum jelly.
There's our teacher over there, Mr. Lewis.
Some teachers will do anything to get out of the office, won't they? Absolutely. What a great day. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all pass on your new respect for everything that lives in the sea.
The difference in students from the classroom to an environment like this is unbelievable. In a classroom, you're trying to keep them awake. It's very challenging. When in an environment like this, it's interesting, hands-on, and they get to see it, they get to touch it, they get to feel it, and apply it to their lives.